My disrespectful in-laws always ruin special moments, so I went no contact with them.
I'm just gonna ruin all of the specialness here with my presence.
Never talk to you again. We went to my in-laws for Christmas Eve, and we were there with them on Christmas and the day after Christmas. I have a 10-month-old. On Christmas Eve, I noticed my sister-in-law's 3-year-old had a bad cold, mucousy cough, sneezing, runny nose, TMI. I told my husband I was worried my daughter would get sick, and he said, no, it's okay. They wouldn't bring him around if he was contagious.
Wait, did you just TMI cold symptoms?
You know what? I did.
John
and
hates
I don't
babies.
care. And you know what else? I see you in the comments because I see something that is about to happen. Okay? Just get it in there. Fat pupil alert. By the way, this comes from Painting Lilies, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to subreddit r/OKOP storytime. Send them in. Well, he was all up in my daughter's face the whole night, touching her toys that she puts in her mouth.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear. Well, 3 days later, my daughter comes down with, oh, Dakota, wouldn't you guess the same symptoms?
Hey, why
the
you
same
getting,
ones.
why you getting my kids sick, man? Come on.
And right soon after, so do I. Now I have the symptoms. And I already said it wasn't TMI.
That's the rule of law. Your child is sick. Now you are sick.
It's just how this life.
That's
the rules.
Life. Those are the rules.
Those are the
I
rules.
didn't make the rules. I just...
We're both pretty sick right now, and it is super scary dealing with a sick baby. I am also pretty mad because I paid a lot of money for a new gym training program I am starting tomorrow, and I need to be in good health, which I am not. Today, my sister-in-law asked how we are feeling, and I was honest, and I said not good. I asked her if she could please let us know the next time we are going to be together if her kids have a cold. Well, she got so offended and told me that her kids aren't sick and that they weren't sick at all when we saw them and that it was all in my mind. It was just an figment of my imagination.
It was all an elaborate illusion conjured by a court jester.
But these sneezes are real. This schnat is real.
Yes.
This cough is real.
You can't deny the reality. Don't do that.
It's real. She told me that no one else is sick, so obviously it wasn't her kid. She told me that if anything, I put her at risk. She's pregnant because my daughter obviously was coming down with something. Whoa.
Down with the sickness.
Down with the sickness. That's a crazy, your kid was sick and now you're gaslighting them so hard. Like, no, actually, your kid's about to get us sick.
Yeah. Sounds like a real Alex Hirschman type move.
You're not, dude. You're not wrong.
Alex, we love you.
You're not
But why
wrong.
every time you come, we all get down with the sickness and not in the fun rock band kind of way.
It did come last week, and I think everyone's fine.
Yeah,
we're
we're
good,
not
that's
sick.
true.
No, it's over.
The
It's
era
just-
is over.
I loved how it happened twice, and he was like, "I'm pretty sure I didn't do that."
To be fair, twice in a row, man. That's
Twice in a row. No, it was like
But
a
we
week in a
still-
row,
We
bro.
still love you, Alex.
we still love you. The stigma will forever stay. It's just what we do on this show.
It is what it
we,
is.
We badger lovingly.
Your emoji is the germ.
Oh God, don't give Chad that idea.
I'm sorry. That was too bad.
But side note, when I was pregnant last year, we went to dinner for her birthday and her kids were sick, which they didn't tell me about. So this has happened before. And I ended up being sick while 8 months pregnant for 2 whole weeks. So this isn't the first time. So she told me that it's my fault because I go to the gym and I shouldn't go to the gym if I care about my family and I should live in isolation with my daughter for the rest of our lives.
Wow. That seems like a drastic response,
Bold
perhaps.
statement. I mean, I'm guessing OP is infantilizing language of basically like, why are you not spending time with your kids? It's like, bro, I gotta, let me just like work out like an hour a
I
week.
need something.
Something, man. By the way, I have a class I go to with the same 6 people and we have our own equipment. None of those people are sick or have been sick. So they're not any patient zeros or anything. I normally wouldn't have said anything, but I'm just really sick, pun intended, of being walked all over by these people and they blatantly put my daughter at risk knowing she's so little just because they didn't want to be alone on Christmas. I'm just selfish in my opinion. Then she tries to gaslight me and makes me think that I'm crazy and I'm making things up. Even my husband confirmed that his nephew was sick. It's so sad that I can't have a mature, open conversation with this person, her own sister-in-law. I don't want to ever see these people again. Lol. And we have some comments on that.
Hitting the lol after that is wild. I don't ever want to see these people again.
Lol. Lolsies. Lolixy random. So commenter number 1 responds to that. Colds are contagious 100% of the time, regardless of fever, age, days sick, etc. I did not know this until recently. My sister-in-law rugged her sick kids all over the place visiting.
Probably, let's say dragged.
My sister-in-law brought her sick kids all over the place visiting relatives. I said no, plus the poor kids are miserable. OP replied, my sister-in-law thinks that because she and her husband aren't sick means that her kid isn't contagious, but I'm pretty sure parents build up certain immunity, right? Her son is in daycare and is always sick. Yeah, just because one person doesn't get sick doesn't mean person number 2 ain't going to get it.
Yeah, some people get sick really easily, and some people have a crazy immune system. It just depends on the person.
My dad's one of those people with a crazy immune system. It's annoying.
Of an ox.
Yeah, like a turbo ox. He does not get sick.
Turbo sick ox does not get sick. Turbo sick ox is immune system 9000.
That's my dad, turbo sick ox.
Well, turbo sick oxes aside, we have an update. Going back to that last sentence, which was, I don't want to ever see these people again, begs the question, Dakota, should we go no contact over this? I would like a poll, if we could, please. No contact or nah. I'm curious what chat and comments has to say. Please please share your thoughts. Dakota, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'd probably say, like, don't initiate contact. Probably don't just, like, do a hard cutoff. Clearly, it's like they just, like, have a very limited ability to think outside of themselves.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're kind of stuck with them in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like, I think just, like, a really direct conversation can be had. I feel like you kind of, like, disrespected me.
Yeah.
Completely ignoring everything that I said.
Yep.
And then exactly what I didn't want to happen happened. And I feel like now you're like, well, that's not even my fault. Hello, knock, knock. It is, though. It's like, let's acknowledge that.
So you're already on the side of no contact. I'm going to push you even further in that direction. This is OP's sister-in-law.
Right.
Not the sister. And we've said many times, like, a good general rule of thumb, perhaps a John and Dakota golden rule. Maybe they say that. Generally let the person who's directly related deal with the family.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's her. Also, I do like the direct conversation. I think she absolutely should.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she should be the one directly talking with sister-in-law. But then also it's like, hey, husband, this is your sister. She's getting our kid sick. She's getting me sick. She's disrespecting my boundaries. Can we maybe team effort here, talk to her, because it's like, this is your sister at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think the team effort's good because it's,
Yeah.
I mean, the husband wasn't really involved in the initial conversation that led to the, complete disregard of her wishes.
Yeah.
So it's like, in that context, it's like it makes sense for OP to have that direct talk. Maybe having the backup there of like the direct
Check your man,
brother,
your sister,
but
mans.
like I would say try to just sort it out between the two of you first. And if she's still just
Yeah.
like completely empty skulled here, it's like, all right, husband, talk to your sister because
Yeah.
I tried. She won't hear a word I say.
I like that. I like direct communication first and then try to loop in husband if we need reinforcement.
Yeah, yeah.
But we might be going no contact. We're going to find out in this update. So, update. Hi, all. I wrote a post about a month ago about how we went to a Christmas dinner at my in-laws' house with my 10-month-old baby, and my sister-in-law didn't tell us that her kid had a cough and a runny nose, and he ended up getting my daughter really sick. When I called my sister-in-law out on it a few days after, she got really mean towards me. I texted her and told her I would appreciate it if she could next time tell me her kid was sick before we went over. This way we could decide if we wanted to risk it or not. She got so mad at me and told me that I'm a horrible person and that her kids weren't sick and that I should just isolate myself and not leave my house for the rest of my life. She told me that I shouldn't go to the gym at all if I cared about my family.
Which is insanity.
Bro, you should go to the gym if you care about your family because you're going to be your best, healthiest self to care for your family.
I feel like the sister-in-law is just saying this because she's like, well, I guess if you're so afraid of germs, if getting sick is such a big deal to you, why don't you just never leave your house? If you really love your family, you wouldn't even go to the gym.
What? Come on.
Just take a little, be like, oops, okay, yeah, I'm sorry I got your kid sick.
Yes. All she said, she didn't even say like, it wasn't like Opie's like, oh, I'm never going to come around to you if your kid's sick again. It's like, hey, if you could just like let us know And then, we might still go, but we just like to know so we can kind of like make the decision.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was very nice to her in the text until she wrote all that, and I just didn't respond to her because I thought it was really uncalled for and she hurt me. She hasn't reached out since she wrote this all about a month ago, and I obviously haven't either because why would I want to be around a person like that? I feel that every time I forgive her and I start to let her into my life again, she gets mad at me for something and then throws whatever I shared at her in my face. Like this time, I was so happy about getting back to the gym and feeling like myself again, and she threw it in my face. Now, my daughter's first birthday party is coming up this weekend, and my father-in-law told my husband that I need to go and resolve this issue with his sister. Lol. Bro, how about check your daughter?
Right? Come on, dude.
How about that?
What do you mean I have to resolve the issue came from her first. I tried to preemptively I tried to prevent the issue from happening in the first place, and I was not listened to. Like, I was disregarded. So how am I supposed to be able to solve this when I'm disregarded?
Some people just can't like see things clearly. You know what I mean? Like some people see this very clearly professionally made giraffe, right? And they're like, oh, this is a giraffe, right? Other people see it and they're like, what is that? I don't understand. And you know what? Some people see this and they say, oh, what is this? Is it a small intestines? No, it's a snail. That's clear. Some people just can't clearly see things sometimes, right? It's true. Father-in-law is not seeing clearly. That's the moral
I feel like
of the
it
story.
also you're gonna have to take the side of your own daughter instead of your daughter-in-law.
F that.
Exactly. Which
F
you
that.
shouldn't just do that, but also like that's where that comes from.
Hey, daughter, you stupid.
But you should be able to check
Come on.
that.
Let's be real here. I just laughed and I'm honestly annoyed. Why do I have to go to her house to speak or even initiate conversation with her? I didn't do anything wrong. If she wants to come to my daughter's birthday, fine. If not, that's fine too. Like, I'm not going to sit down and make peace for something I literally didn't do. This happened a few months ago too. She ruined my wedding pictures. She is angry with every single one of my bridesmaids' pictures because she was late getting to me for pictures, so they started without her. Once again, that sounds like your fault. I ended up going to her house to apologize to her for starting without her on my wedding day just to keep the peace in the family. So this isn't like there's multiple other instances here. It's like the straw that broke the camel's back kind of.
Right, yeah.
It's same.
Yeah.
She didn't even apologize to me for ruining my pictures. She just kept saying it's how she felt in the moment, and she thinks it's funny now. I ruined your wedding pictures. That's hilarious.
Yeah, what?
Lol. That's a lol.
The vibes are all wrong.
No, I ruined your wedding pictures. It's a lol.
Bad vibes.
It's a lol.
No.
Well, I'm really glad she thinks it's funny. I think the situation is funny because I won't be speaking to her ever again.
I mean, yeah, it sounds with the extra context of it's
Low contact. Like hospital emergencies, yes. Everything else, like I ain't trying to chop it up with you.
delicate political dance, keeping everything peaceful in the family, family in-law.
Yeah. I feel like low is generally achievable. Maybe you won't get it perfect every time. Maybe she'll, whatever, but just avoid.
Yeah.
Avoid and find your peace. Live your peace.
Indeed.
I just don't want to deal with the disrespect anymore. And honestly, she was the one that said mean crap to me, not vice versa. I've always apologized to her even when I didn't have to. I'm honestly done dealing with her. Relationship over. I want my daughter to grow up knowing what respect is. What would you do? I'm editing to add that my husband told his dad that he feels that I did the right thing and nothing wrong in the situation, but he still feels that I should talk to his sister and straighten things out. Something I refuse to do. My sister-in-law had asked me to be the godmother of her child that will be born in May. I already told her once, I don't want to. I don't want your freaking baby. I don't want your sick, snotty freaking, I don't want to be a snotty godmother.
I don't want that little kid going, you got games on your phone? No, I don't want that kid around.
Not
Get
today.
him away from us.
Not tomorrow and not for eternity.
And then starts touching all your stuff.
No. I already told her once I didn't want to, and she insisted. Now I really don't want to. And we have some relevant comments on that. Commenter number 1, OP, you are taking the correct action. It sounds that everyone is enabling your sister-in-law and are demanding the same of you to keep the peace. Now you are dealing with a selfish, nasty, rubbish person. I have 4 sister-in-laws who are exactly the same. I mean, truly horrid, so I can relate. Side note, commenter number 1, that sounds like a nightmare. So my thoughts and prayers go out to you.
4X? 4 times the sister-in-law?
4 times what we're seeing here. I don't know if I can handle that. That might be a divorce.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Oh, just kidding. You cannot enable people like this. You put them in their place, which you've done. No one wants you to rock the boat because she'll throw a fit. Yes, actually, that's so true. Like, they just don't want her to like, that's what everyone is wants here.
Exactly.
Let her throw a fit. Have your husband and, if possible, foster-in-law read the Don't Rock the Boat essay. You can fit it in the sidebar on r/justnomother-in-law. It's excellent and will open their eyes. OP responded, thank you for this. My other dilemma is that my in-laws have family dinner every Tuesday with sister-in-law and her husband. Obviously, we used to go, but not always because I work, and many times I have meetings on Tuesday nights. Anyway, we haven't gone since she's been mad, and my in-laws are pissed at me because they think I'm avoiding them all. I tell my husband he can go, but I'm not going. He refuses to go without me, so they think it's my fault.
Dude, husband, why are you not making moves to help your wife?
So he did tell them before, like, hey, I think OP's not in the wrong, and everything else, but I think it should be like very much, they're like blaming her. It's like, no, let me make things crystal clear for you. It's not her, it's me. Like, she is disrespecting my wife. You all are enabling it and disrespecting her too. So like, if she doesn't want to go, heck yeah, she shouldn't go.
I guess that is support in a way. Yeah. I mean, clearly it's, but I feel like all it does is it adds up, building up the pressure of the negativity coming from the in-laws. Because now it's like, well, now you're taking our son away. So it's like, in a way, like, yes, I understand. Like, you can have that talk with your wife and be like, I want to stand, like, by your decision and how you feel. But it's like, you also need to be like, all right, you're playing politics.
Yes.
With the in-laws, with the family dynamic. You were playing politics. So it's like, it's a tactical decision to continue to go to the family dinners, even though you're not cool with them right now, because it's going to end up making them cooler. It's going to take the heat off of your wife, off of OP.
Yeah.
So I get that. And then also it gives you the avenue to like try to champion her at the dinners. And also, I think
you're saying, like, you're suggesting, hey, go to the dinners anyway.
For the husband, yeah. At least, because it'll help take the heat, I think, off of OP in terms of the family being like, well, now they're not even coming over to the dinners. Oh, she's just avoiding us all. She hates us all. And it's like, you know, he can have some words. And then also, my idea is, OP should write a letter and have it be read by husband to those.
I like that idea.
The pertinent parties.
I like that idea. I think it's just such a slippery slope because like then OP every Tuesday, just like, I am about to sit through this headache for the 2-3 hours on my Tuesday night every single week of like knowing that sister-in-law is going to be there. I think it's...
No, I'm not saying OP goes.
Oh, husband goes and reads the letter.
Right.
Oh,
without
yes,
OP.
Yeah.
Without OP.
Yes, I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah.
I'm totally on board with that. I like it. Let's see if OP actually does it. Commenter number 2, Photoshop her booty out of the pictures. Lol. And now we have update number 2. We're going to dive right in. So I had a post about my sister-in-law who's pissed at me because I told her a few days after Christmas that the next time her kids are sick, I'd appreciate it if she'd let me know so I can decide if I want to risk getting my baby sick. Basically, at Christmas, she didn't tell me her son was sick and got my 10-month-old severely sick. I was upset, tried to have a mature convo with her, but she got offended and told me that her kid wasn't sick and I'm a freaking psycho and I shouldn't go to the gym. This was totally uncalled for. I didn't respond to her message because it was a really weird outburst after my really nice text asking her for a courtesy, so I haven't heard from her since. Usually my husband's family gets together every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday night for dinner and Sunday for lunch. Okay, that's a lot of terrible sister-in-law time.
That's a lot of tolerance you're gonna have to build up there.
We used to all go, but then cut it down to maybe once or twice a week. And now, to be honest, I don't like going at all. Since Christmas, we haven't been over because I have no desire to see a sister, but also because I work a lot and have meetings in the evenings since I'm home with my daughter during the day. My in-laws think I am the devil because I work and can't make it to weekly dinners. My father-in-law texted my husband and told him that I need to resolve the situation with my sister-in-law because I am causing problems and I should apologize. My husband did stick up for me and said, no, I didn't do anything wrong.
Correct.
What? Correct. Yesterday, it was my daughter's first B-day and my in-laws showed up with my sister-in-law and her husband and kids. Surprisingly, honestly, I said, hello, thank you, and goodbye to her. I didn't want to talk to her, and she was super fake towards me, acting like a good person in front of everyone. But I know the truth.
I hate the switch up, dude.
I know the truth.
Those kind of people are the worst.
Little, what is it, the gremlins, right? They're cute and furry. It's like the Furbies.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, where you
gremlins.
feed them after midnight. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they go crazy.
Those the gremlins.
Haven't seen
That's
the
one of the
movie.
movies where the guy goes, niche reference. Let's continue.
Niche movie reference. It's sickening how she makes me out to be the bad guy when it is the opposite. My mother-in-law and father-in-law are visibly annoyed with me because yesterday they didn't even have 2 words to say with me. I was in the middle of a convo with my friends and I was holding my daughter, who was chill, and my mother-in-law came over and snatched my daughter aggressively out of my arms without saying anything and walked away with her. My daughter obviously started crying.
Hey, are we about to enter the ring? Like, are we about to throw down? Because you just snatched my child away from me.
Last time that baby came out of my cooter. Last time I checked.
The child is faultless. Don't involve the child with your negative energy. What is wrong with you?
So, like, that is honestly atrocious.
Husband, where you at? Where you at?
Where is he? Hey, we got to find him. They didn't even want to take pics with us, just my daughter. And again, grabbed her from me to take a pic with her. Today, I made a post on Facebook about the party and added the pics, and I didn't add the pic my husband sent me of them with my daughter because last time I put up a pic of them on my Facebook, my mother-in-law told me she doesn't like putting up pics of herself because she doesn't want people to know what she's doing or where she's at, ... So I didn't put the pic up.
Oh my.
I want a monsoon of ICUs in the comments, an absolute hurricane flurrying with ICUs just like going everywhere. We have to see this.
I know exactly what's about to happen here. Someone's going to be mad they were excluded.
Well, my husband got a nasty text today about how I'm so rude because I didn't put their picture on Facebook, how I ignored them completely yesterday, and I'm a horrible person. So I've never been more mad. These people have managed to ruin every single special moment in my life. My engagement was ruined because as soon as my husband popped the question, my sister-in-law grabbed me by the arm to go to the bathroom to change into a ugly butt potato sack white dress that she bought me, even though I looked so good with what I had on.
What?
Wait. So if I'm understanding this right, she stopped you in the middle of his proposal, dragged you to the bathroom, had you change into this dress that she thought was better, and then put you back to continue the proposal. That right there is grounds for.
That's like, what do you...
What? We need a story about that.
Stop.
That's crazy.
Stop it. Get some help.
Wow. Whew. I don't even know what was happening. She literally took me away from one of the most important moments of my life. Then my baby shower was a big mess because my in-laws were arguing with me over where I should have it because it had to be where they say, even though they weren't paying for it. Then my bridal shower was ruined because my sister-in-law decided to buy extra things even though none of my bridesmaids told her to, and she decided to throw it in my face that she paid the most and deserves the most recognition.
Wow.
That's
not how that works, dude.
I know we said from the very first part, we were like, okay, let's not go no contact over that. Just like maybe like low, medium contact. We are in no contact territory.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you ruined my baby shower and my proposal.
No contact from your side. Like, I wouldn't go like, full on blocking and stuff. Like, that'll create probably more problems and stuff and more negativity. So just don't let them reach out. Don't go out of your way to talk to them or tell them about anything.
Yeah.
It's a delicate dance.
At least, yeah, it is a delicate dance. That is true. When my daughter was born, my in-laws argued with the nurse staff to let them in when I was in labor, even though I specifically said no. Dude. Then when she was finally born and I was trying to sleep, they were in my hospital room talking and laughing while I felt like crap, and my mother-in-law didn't want to leave and had to be involved in everything. Dude!
Dad, where you at? I mean, husband, where you at? Like, what are...
Yeah.
Hello?
Husband should have already been like, y'all are, like Josephina says, the audacity The audacity. Then there's more. They made my husband and I argue the day we took my daughter home because they said that my sister-in-law's kids absolutely needed to meet my 2-day-old daughter, even though it was RSV in cold season. The kids were 3 and 4 and in school. I said no. Then my mother-in-law sat on my couch watching me breastfeed and made me cry because she said I had anxiety issues and needed a lot of help because I was afraid of my newborn getting RSV.
Oh, yeah. No, because you're afraid of your newborn getting one of the worst illnesses a newborn can get. That's cool. Yeah, you're overreacting.
I'm sorry, but I am just like approaching husband says, we are not talking with you guys until you freaking clean up your act. Cutting off granddaughter access, at least cutting off granddaughter. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're ever going to change without some sort of like mediated conversation, like a counselor or like some.
Yeah.
A professional is going to have to step in and tell these people they actually are way out of line.
Yeah.
For them to see it, and even then, they probably won't. Like,
I think it's like holding. We won't be in contact until you change, and then they probably won't.
Mother-in-law needs the son real bad. I want the 17. I just want the. Bzz, I just want her.
It's giving,
out, gone.
It's giving evaporate into the sun.
Be gone.
That's what it's giving. My mother-in-law also told me my milk wasn't good and I needed to stop breastfeeding. Totally false.
What does that mean? Was she taste testing? Did she sample? Who is this woman?
Mother-in-law sampling the chest milk is crazy.
She's like, yeah, no, the pH tastes a little off. I think maybe you're not up to snuff with the breast milk.
Like, what are we talking about, Granny?
I could tell the nutrient profile's all off.
A cup of breast milk only has 2.5 grams of protein, and a cup of cow's milk is 8 grams of protein. So
I'm just saying, mother-in-law Granny is freaking mad because her milk factory shut down. OP's ramping up production. That's all I'm saying.
Could be actually.
That's all. Her
Ooh.
factories are shut down.
her milkshakes aren't bringing any boys to the yard.
Dude,
a lot of
her
weird.
milkshakes are making the boys run for the hills. Run for the hills.
She doesn't have milkshakes. She just has like 2 cans of evaporated milk. Cling cling. Like if you took 2 tin cans and filled them with nickels and shook them around.
Yes. My wedding was another nightmare for them. I chose to get married in their small town so that way my husband's grandma could be there on a date that my father-in-law didn't have work. My dad, OP's dad, paid for the whole wedding. And my mother-in-law decided to stand next to my husband during our cake cutting and kiss my husband for the cake pictures.
Stop! This isn't about you. This is not about you. It's about your son and his wife, not his son and his mom.
You and your dry milk factories, what do you want to marry your son with this?
Hey, yo.
What are we talking about?
It is. There's so many like. Ugh, it's just so weird.
Golly. Then my sister-in-law was late getting to me for my bridesmaids pics and was pissed at me for not waiting for her on my own wedding day to take the pictures. So she decided to not smile in any of the bridesmaids pictures from my wedding. Yep.
You're just making yourself look bad.
Just Photoshop that. Photoshop.
Get her out.
Bad Photoshop too.
Get her out. Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Or Photoshop her face to just like.
Yeah, make her like.
Yeah. Let's do that. And now for my daughter's first birthday, they have again managed to make it all about them. I told my husband today that I don't ever want to see any of them again.
Thank goodness.
There we go. There it is. I'm at my wit's end and I don't even know what to do anymore, but I've never been so angry or upset. What do I even do? And we have some comments. Commenter number 1 says, so sorry this is happening to you. Nothing you can do will be acceptable to them. What does your husband have to say about the latest issue? This is important because we've learned about the mountain of stuff we didn't know in the first story.
Where is husband?
Where
For
is
real?
he? OP replies, at first he took his dad's side today, but after we spoke, he now seems extremely annoyed by them and even admitted they might be jealous. So we have an update number 3, but really quick before we get into that, Dakota. First, you're for no contact.
Yes.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like, dude, for all intents and purposes, yeah, I say no contact. Just don't do, in my head, it's just like, don't do the blocking outright. Because then it creates, I mean, you know, but honestly, I guess it doesn't matter. If you're just like, I don't ever want to see these people ever again.
I think we got to do it at this point because for OP, like, because we've reached the point we're ready to go full send. I think it's like, hey, you go tell them that I don't want to see them again. Here's the tricky part. Husband, I think, is more entitled to pick as he chooses. Would you say?
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's his parents and
It's his
family,
parents and sister. The baby. This is a joint decision. Does OP go to husband and say, I also want baby to go no contact with them? What are your thoughts, Dakota?
It's probably fair. I can't get over in my head that I imagined you being like, let's ask the baby what it thinks.
Baby, what say you?
Baby, we need your advice. What do we do about the in-laws?
I want milk factory. That's not shut down. I don't want the nickel cans. I want the big milk factory.
His first words, or her, I can't remember.
We don't know.
Yeah, I think it's fair to be like, I don't want these people around our kid because, yeah, they don't seem like the best role models, you know? It doesn't seem like a good familial profile.
Maybe we do this. Maybe it's like, hey, husband, I'm going to go no contact, and you can let him know. What do you think we should do about baby and yourself? What are your thoughts? And just pose it to the husband and see what he thinks.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's definitely like sort of covering all the angles.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's like the more I really like critically think about these kind of stories, the more it's like I get be coming from a place of like, I don't ever want to see these people again. And then even the husband is like, yeah, they're like out of line, but it's like, are you forever is a long time, right? So like, what is the path that provides you the most peace? Is it actually completely cutting these people off, or is it learning to just let it sort of slide off your back like a duck, like water off a duck's back? You know what I mean? Like, quack. Don't let any of it get past the surface, and just know where your boundaries are and be prepared to like enforce them when needed. But I don't know.
It's probably situational. Yeah. But I think OP's reached her limit, and I don't blame her.
Yeah, I think given everything, it's like it makes. But see now, then once you like start taking like the grandchild out of the picture for the in-laws, now you're starting like war.
Yeah.
You know, now it goes from like, oh, we kind of don't like each other to like, oh, we are like spitefully going to hate each other for the rest of our lives now.
It is true. That's why I was like, because it seems like that's a big one. That's a big one.
They're literally the parents of your husband, and it's like you're probably still, even if you want no contact, you're still probably going to have to deal with them in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Is it realistic? Like, no. So, or like,
it could be. Well, and we'll see. We'll see what OP does.
My bro, I'm thinking deep today.
Those gears are grinding.
Peeling back the layers of the onion.
Update number 3. So my mother-in-law and sister-in-law's husband did not wish me a happy birthday yesterday. Today, my mother-in-law shows up at my door unannounced and expects to be let in, even though I specifically stated I did not want to talk to them this week. I opened the door and told her I was busy working. She said she would wait outside. I said, no, you can't wait. You need to leave. I shut the door, closed the blinds, and haven't heard from anyone. Anyways, my father-in-law ended up texting me the other day, telling me that that their door is always open. I responded by telling him, thank you. It's just that at this time, I am consumed with advancing my career, taking care of my daughter, and going to the gym for my health. Therefore, during this week, it is nearly impossible to make plans. He responded by saying, so there's a set amount of time that we can't see each other for.
What? They're just so pushy. Like, it's like so like, are they mad that she has a career? Is that part of it too? That it's like just the fact that she's career oriented is like gross.
I think there's
a fault.
I think it's like, hey, why are you not spending every single millisecond and every molecule of your body devoted to your children? And not, taking care of yourself to take better care of the kids. No. That's like, no.
You know what? Screw it. No contact. Get away
That's
from
what
these
I'm
people.
saying.
Don't let them know where you live. Don't let them know your number.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. just be gone.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I was trying to find the peaceful path.
Yeah.
I choose no peace.
No peace.
I want problems always.
Let it burn.
Just get. I mean, but I don't. But these people will cause problems always. So get away from them.
Let it burn. Honestly, this just annoyed me. Instead of saying something like, no worries, I understand you're busy and I'm happy you're taking care of your health. Let's get together soon. Nope. So I decided to give it to him straight. I told him my daughter's bedtime is 7 p.m. and I don't want to mess with her schedule because if we do, she gets really unsettled and won't fall asleep, and I have work during the week. My in-laws don't work from Sunday to Wednesday, and my sister-in-law doesn't work at all. Lazy. Just kidding. Shout out to you stay-at-home moms out there. We love you. That's like basically 90% of our audience.
No, it's not easy. Not easy.
Not easy at all. So please flame me in the comments because I deserve it. Anyways, so then I told him, to be honest, I didn't feel like being all together and pretending to be happy because my sister-in-law treats me like crap. And I explained that she got mad at me at Christmas for asking her next time to tell me if her kids are sick. And she exploded at me and told me to stay isolated for the rest of my life, etc., etc. And I haven't heard from her since. Then I told him that I just didn't feel appreciated and everything I do is always wrong. Father-in-law responded, he told me him and his wife, aka my mother-in-law, were coming to my house this week to speak with me. I said this week isn't good. It's my birthday, my daughter's first birthday, and Valentine's Day, and I prefer to have peace and not get worked up. We can talk about it in the week after. He didn't reply. Well, today is my birthday. Happy birthday. Doesn't sound good, but
Yeah. Sorry about that.
hope it can be a happy, unhappy birthday, maybe. And my father-in-law sent me happy birthday text. Mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and sister-in-law's husband did not text or call. So I am done. They are officially out of my life. I don't even want to talk to them next week. Lol, what did I even do to not even deserve a simple happy birthday? Like, am I really that bad of a person? What would you do?
You married their son, you demon.
You demon, how dare you procreate with their procreation?
Yeah, exactly.
We got some relevant comments. Commenter number 1 says, you owe them nothing, not even an evening where they yell at you, because that's what it will be. Bottom line, you cannot give them what they want. They want access anytime they wish without accepting your parameters or respecting you. They want to call the shots. They want you to stop being stubborn. They want to take zero responsibility. They love being petty and want you to roll over, play unalive while they run
Roughshod.
roughshod over your life. I've never
Running roughshod, baby.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
Oh, what does that mean? Just like running amok,
Just like
going crazy?
stepping all over you.
Wow.
Yep. Having shoes with nail heads projecting to prevent slipping.
Wow.
That's what that is. That's the definition
What is it again?
of a horse having shoes with nail heads projecting to prevent slipping.
Roughshod. So it's like
To run roughshod.
textured horse
It
shoes.
keeps you stable.
Oh, but idiom is to completely ignore the opinions, rights, or feelings of others.
Interesting.
Kind of like how roughshod horseshoes ignore the conditions of the ground beneath them and create traction.
You just made the connection for me. Thank you, because I was confused.
How did we get there?
How did we get here? No, thank you. Meeting now does not work for me. No further explanations. Do not jade, justify, argue, defend, or explain. It's hard to not offer jade, but learn to just let your no be enough. This is commenter number 1 is really.
Yeah, this is super tight.
We got jade and what was the there was something else earlier that was super far.
Yeah, as someone who used to feel the need to always explain why I didn't want to do something, or if I said no, like I needed to write 3 paragraphs, like it's so refreshing to just be like, nah, don't want to do that. Next time.
I
and
feel
then
like,
just be at peace.
I feel like it's a bad thing about our culture is like it's constantly like, oh no, sorry, It's like, why apologize? Like we don't need to do this. Anyways, sidebar.
That's a whole different, we could talk about that for an hour.
whole rabbit hole. But yeah, jade, we love it. It's hard not to offer jade, but learn to just let your no be enough. I cannot imagine meeting them only to have them yell at you for being an adult, making decisions you think is best for your child. It's going to be the most unproductive meeting on earth.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd agree.
When they show up unannounced, no, you cannot come in. I am preparing for tomorrow. Surprise visits irritate me, and I wouldn't be good company. Husband, your parents are here. Do you want to go outside to talk to them? I like that.
That's Just be like, husband,
Mm.
take care of it.
Take him. Where is your husband in all this? Why are you bearing the full brunt of his parents' wrath alone? The good news is that spring is around the corner, and you might consider inviting them to meet Gus to the park one weekend morning for an hour, not allowing them home afterwards. We will be at the park from 10 until 11, at which time we go home for morning nap. Dude, commenter number one just absolutely just spitting freaking super hot fire all over the place. Hawk
Straight up.
Tua of great advice and information. Just spitting it everywhere.
Yeah, we can let that fly for now. I don't know. Hawk Tua's stock has gone down recently.
It has. But
Yeah.
it makes the meme funnier.
No, but this person, that was poignant.
That was bars. That was straight bars.
Yeah, that was like the video of the guy like riding just with flames everywhere because he's just cooking. Just on fire. Yes.
Absolute cooking in the kitchen. Update number 4. I am just feeling proud of myself. My mother-in-law, sister-in-law, nor my sister-in-law's husbands wished me a happy birthday on Sunday. My mother-in-law showed up knocking on my door unannounced on Monday morning, the day after the birthday, and looking through the window like a crazy person. I had told my in-laws I didn't want to see them this week because I was busy, and I didn't want to talk to them about the situation because I didn't want to be stressed out during my birthday week, my daughter's first birthday, and Valentine's Day. But my mother-in-law doesn't care about my feelings or what I say. So I answered the door. I told her I was busy on a work call, and she said that she would wait. Honestly, would have been great to just be like, okay, cool. Goes back in for 7 more hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, long call, mom-in-law.
Yeah. Yep. I was indisposed.
Indisposed. Couldn't make it, sorry. And I closed the door and closed all the blinds in her face so she couldn't look in at my daughter anymore. Today was my daughter's first birthday, and my mother-in-law decided to spam my Facebook post I made acting like grandma of the year. Blocked her on Facebook. Same with my sister-in-law. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law also sent happy birthday and sweet messages in this big family group chat, like 15 people, cousins, sisters of the mother-in-law, and acted like they were so sweet. And remember, they didn't tell OP happy birthday to her directly on her actual birthday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Quite literally.
I almost replied with, oh, you can say happy birthday to my daughter, but not to me? Oh, it was to the daughter. I didn't. Instead, I left the WhatsApp group. I blocked their phone numbers so they have no way of contacting me at all. Totally blocked. And I felt like a weight has been lifted. My husband stands by my side in all of this, although he is really heartbroken at how immature his mom and sister are. They have to learn that their disrespectful actions can cause consequences.
When will you learn that your actions have consequences? When will you learn?
That's Dakota Payne, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. My brain's full of internet memes.
Dude, he's here. Bro, dude, your brain is wrinkled to the maximum today. You have your surface area is just at a.
I'm upset that I wasted so much time trying to like delegate, like find a peaceful resolution with these in-laws. Though they don't deserve it. They suck.
You know, you were trying. You were trying like, hey, how can we? There's husband is involved.
Yeah.
Like you want to. I think it's always good to be like, okay, how can I give it the good old college try? How can I put my best foot forward? But then it reaches that point.
And to be clear, I wasn't trying to defend the in-laws. I'm trying to say which road here is the actual road that leads to the most peace.
Yes. For OP.
Right. For OP.
Yes.
For inner peace.
Yes.
And now I think it's clear, like, you're not going to get any peace with these people talking to you ever.
Because sometimes if it's like a way lighter case than this, a kind of hybrid approach of like, okay, we won't actively initiate things, but you know, we'll go to the parties and then that won't make them go, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? That can work in these lighter case scenarios, but we got a heavy duty one.
Yeah, this is way too exhausting to try to keep any semblance of like peace or tranquility on the surface. It's like, that's too much, dude.
Well, we got some relevant comments. Commenter number 1 says, applaud to you on telling mother-in-law she will not wait, but leave and plugging up the loopholes via blocking her and sister-in-law everywhere. May you enjoy the bliss and silence.
Ah, yes.
And then we have update number 5. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law have been blocked for a little over a month, and it has been so nice to not have to worry about them messaging me or me seeing any of their posts or anything like that. My husband and I went on vacation for a week, and our daughter stayed with my parents. We had a great time. Then came back to reality. The day after we got back, my father-in-law called husband and told him that mother-in-law cries all the time because she hasn't seen her granddaughter, my daughter. They asked if we could go to their house today since it's Italian Father's Day.
Italian Father's Day.
Italian Father's Day.
What?
Italiano, me are the Fatheriano.
Is that okay? I'm just gonna let that one.
Maybe it's Father's Day in Italy.
I guess. I guess.
One would think that one could be global, but hey, who knows, man? The Italians do like their things a very specific way, so you got to give it to them. I said absolutely not, but I told my husband he can go. Why would I want to go there after nothing has been resolved and mother-in-law and sister-in-law completely ignored my birthday? My husband is mad because I told him he can't bring our daughter over to their house with him. He thinks they should see their granddaughter, but I disagree. His mother and sister highly disrespected me, and I don't believe they should have access to my most precious treasure in this world.
Big facts.
Not until they learn to apologize and actually understand what they did.
Yeah.
Do you all agree, or am I being too harsh? For reference, for those who don't want to read through my old posts, basically, I've always made my in-laws happy in everything, even if they went against what I wanted. They chose my engagement party, what I had to wear. They chose the date of my wedding. By the way, none of which was paid for by them, just to put that little asterisk on there, right? They're just demanding other people spend money to do their whim.
They just know best, apparently.
Apparently. I even made them happy by getting married in their country, in their hometown, so that their family could attend, even if it meant my family could not attend the wedding. That is big. That was a huge sacrifice. My sister-in-law ruined my wedding pictures because she was a bridesmaid and was very late getting to me on my wedding day. So she was so pissed. I didn't wait for her.
And after all the sacrifices OP's made,
dude,
did you just set the principle that, like, you can be walked over, so they just will continue to do that forever?
I came to your hometown. My family couldn't make it to this. I did this so that way you and your family, sister-in-law, could come to
Your
this.
whole family that hates me, apparently, as well. So, yeah, I don't...
So many 11 out of 10, not mistakes, but what's like breaking the law, felonies. I'm going to call it felonies. So many felonies you've committed against OP here. It's just crazy. My mother-in-law printed a huge picture from my wedding day with everyone except me in it and put it in her living room.
It was her wedding!
She printed a picture of OP's wedding without OP in it.
The grandchild should not be there because they need consequences. And also, the grandchild shouldn't be around these people because they're probably going to whisper, little poissons into the ear of the child and probably try to turn her own daughter against her. So it's like, husband, where you at, dude?
Bro, you got to pull up, my dude. What's happening? Pull up on mother-in-law and sister-in-law. Be like, Granny, get your wrinkled tin can coins out of here.
Yeah, for real.
Vamonos! My mother-in-law made me cry 2 days postpartum, saying I had anxiety issues, told me I shouldn't chest feed because my milk is bad for my baby, told me after my wedding that I was jealous of her when I told her it upset me that she came up and kissed my husband while we were cutting our wedding cake. Just everything so insane. Over Christmas, my sister-in-law's kids were sick and ended up getting my daughter very sick. So I asked her to please tell us next time her kids were sick, even if it's a holiday, and she got pissed at me and told me to stay isolated forever and hasn't talked to me since. She told my husband that we should live separate lives and she wants nothing to do with us. Whoa.
Wow, great. Excellent.
Perfect.
Cool.
But what does the husband say about that?
I mean,
this is his mom telling him, hey, your wife doesn't want to talk to us. Cool. You, my son, and her, go ahead, live your life, be happily ever after, be away. Is he going to be like, no, I still want a relationship with you or my mom?
That would give me all the green light I need, where it's like, oh, so you told me that okay, so that's where it's at. All right, then I guess our relationship is so shallow that it could be undone.
It's on
by the most important person in the world to me, my wife.
If he does that, it's on site, like insert sponsor here.
Cool. It's like we're separating then. That's nice.
That's right.
See you never, I guess.
Bye.
If that's what you're okay with. I didn't put that out there. You did.
See you later.
My mother-in-law is mad that I haven't spoken to her daughter, who in reality is the one who hasn't spoken to me. So she didn't wish me a happy birthday, but a couple of days later, for my daughter's birthday, spammed my entire Facebook and WhatsApp family groups with birthday wishes for my daughter. Anyways, those are just some of the things they've done, God, and have consistently made me cry or have caused arguments with my husband. But yet, now that my mother-in-law says she is sad, we have to go over to make her feel better. I can't deal with this anymore, and I'm so tired of arguing with my husband over it.
Yeah, she's just guilt tripping. She's just like, oh no, the consequences of my actions? No, I can't deal with that. When? Now I'm going to cry and make you feel bad about yourself.
So real quick, Dakota, we talked about it, but kind of as the story was going on, but do we sit husband down now and be like, listen, your mother-in-law is going to keep torturing me. Do we ask him to go no contact? Like, what do we do?
I think you should frame everything in the context of your kid. You know, it's like, I don't want my kid, you know, around these people who so blatantly disrespect me and hold me in no regard, because I'm afraid how they're going to influence my child or our child.
Yes.
I don't know. It'd be like the same, like, or just take the context of family out of it, right? Say these are just like a group of friends, coworkers, right? And you found out that your husband's coworkers all hate you, but your husband wants to go hang out with them
4 times a week.
And you'd be like, husband, I don't like that you hang out with these people who outwardly just blatantly hate me.
Yes.
And you go, oh, what do you mean? It's not that big a deal. I'm going to take our kid over there too. No, they hate me. Why are you hanging out with people who hate me?
That we need to use that analogy more often. It's like, hey, if this was a group of friends, if this was a group of coworkers, we absolutely would not be spending the time with them, no questions asked. So why? Because we happen to share the same DNA. Because you're my birther.
It's a context that people will use to like abuse their power, because it's like, oh well, we're family. That you can't do anything about it. We're family. It's like, well, that doesn't give you the green light to just like be a toxic manipulator and and if I'm the husband, I'm like, it doesn't give you the right to hate my wife and expect me to just roll over and be cool with it.
Yes, Dakota.
Like,
yes.
So I don't know.
Yes, that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Take mother freaking notes and keep taking notes, because we're getting into these relevant comments. Commenter number 1. Well, the birthday thing is really a little petty of you to be mad about. Adults don't care about other adults' birthdays. Does your husband celebrate Father's Day? If so, it's his day. You get to do what you like on Mother's Day. He should be able to celebrate his day how he likes. Your other points are issues worth addressing.
Okay, so really quick, I think the point of just going out of your way to like not celebrate your like daughter-in-law's birthday when you know it. It's not like a thing where it's like, they didn't throw me a party and I didn't get any gifts and blah, blah, blah. It's more just like this is just another example of like blatantly going out of their way to just sort of disrespect me or disregard me.
Yep.
I might as well be invisible.
Worse than they don't care. They're almost using it as a tool to hurt her.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah, where it's just like, just to let you know, just a reminder, we don't care about you.
You not like us.
Crazy.
You're not a nice,
you
caring
are not
person.
like us.
You are not
like us.
So Opie replies, my in-laws celebrate every single birthday in their family with a lot of passion. So that's why I was upset about it. They completely ignored me on my birthday because they are mad that I am not talking to my sister-in-law. Comment number 2 says, you are not wrong. You do not have your husband's support, so you will never gain any ground. It might be time to give him the choice of standing up for you, or you will have to live separately until he comes to his senses. He married you, and his loyalty should always lie with you and your child first. If he takes your child to see her, then she has gotten exactly what she wants, him and her grandchild minus a you. You are in a tough spot, dear, and this won't be easy. Just keep in mind that you only have one life. Is this what you want, and is it what you want for your child to grow up in? You get no rewind, no do-over. Once time has passed, it's gone forever. You see that in the growth of your child and can see just how fast time passes watching your child grow. Next thing you know, years will have gone by and you've been miserable, not worth it in the long run. And just to be, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this comment. Yeah, okay. This comment is basically agreeing with OP. Like, listen, cut ties with them, go live your life without having them constantly just sucking.
Yeah.
And we have update number 6. No contact. Mother-in-law and sister-in-law's birthday party. So now they're having their birthdays, right? And we know how they love their
Oh,
birthdays.
please ruin it.
I've got no contact with my mother-in-law and sister-in-law. There are many reasons why and many things that led to this point. I have previous posts. My issue now is that tomorrow is my sister-in-law's son's 4th birthday party, and my husband wants us to go, me, him, and our 1-year-old daughter. I do not want to go. And just super quick on the husband, like, husband will like defend her, and then do this. And then be like, hey, come on. And Opie's like, don't you get it? Like, I don't want to go around them. They're just going to keep finding ways to torture me. Come on.
Has the conversation been fully had? Like, I feel like at this point, it has to have been, right? Like, what?
One would think, but maybe you're right. Maybe they have the micro conversation. He might defend her here and there, but his default is siding with his parents, maybe, unless he's convinced. Issue by issue.
You know, and family is, I don't know if I'm like overstepping here, but it's like a traditional Italian family. Family is a huge deal.
About family.
So, and if these are, you know, from the old country.
From the old country.
It's going to make sense that he's probably going to be very hesitant to try to cut them off or like outright, you know, it's like a core thing possibly for him. But I think it really needs to be made clear, like, this is a hard line for me. Like, at this point, it's built up now to where this is not something I want to until like reconciliation.
Yes.
Right? And until some sort of ownership over their behavior is made, I don't want them around me or our daughter.
I'm your wife. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? I'm your wife. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Boom.
You need to see that.
You need to see it. By the way, if you want to hear full, juicy, fat, dripping, sopping, wet episodes of this show with 2,000 episodes, go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts, go to your favorite podcast app, search OK Storytime, and literally just click play. It will literally never stop. It will go on for eternity. We have a lot of content there, so go check it out. We are quickly approaching the end of the story. Basically, everything you just said, I agree. It's like, yo, husband, you need to get with the program because they are doing all this stuff. They're torturing my life. If you don't want to do that, there is a misalignment in this marriage and partnership. And that's when Opie really, I think, can, you know, get her life back. Because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yes, obviously divorce is always a process and figuring out custody and everything. But I think that is at least like a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, I think maybe try some counseling first before divorce.
No,
right?
for sure,
It's like, because clearly,
Yes.
if you can't see that, like my gut feeling is the family thing.
Yes, yes.
He cannot put that level of what's it called? I don't
Pressure?
He can't remove himself because the family's so crucial
Yes.
to the fundamental life experience. Where it's like he can't exclude them, but it's like you need, something has to give.
Yeah, I and to be clear, I didn't say this, but I was kind of thinking in my head, like, if you've really, really explained it over time, multiple times, multiple counseling, like all of that stuff, if it really reaches that point where he just doesn't get it, and you're like, kind of like the same way that OP tried with the family, and then it just hit that point. If it hits that point where it's like, oh, husband is just gonna like basically side with them forever.
And it'd be different if they didn't literally blatantly hate her.
That would
for
be different.
seemingly just being like, you got our daughter sick. That's
They
where
just
it
hate
started
OP.
though, right?
So what started it was the sister-in-law. So that, see, they
It
got
all started with the sister-in-law.
sister-in-law's kid got OP and OP's kid sick. That's what started it all. They're the ones that did the offense.
Right.
You know? So it's like,
No, I'm saying it's because OP said, you got my daughter sick.
oh, yes, yeah.
And then they're just like,
No.
and now it has snowballed into
yours
this,
got ours sick.
like, ridiculousness.
Come on. Now, I know the kid has nothing to do with this, but it's the fact that I have to go and be around his entire family for a couple of hours while they ignore me and act like I don't even exist while I'm holding my daughter and they are talking to her like I'm not even there. They did this a couple of weeks ago. It was the first time I'd seen them since February. We were at a mutual friend's birthday party. I was completely ignored, but they spoke to my daughter, who, by the way, is 1 year old. Reminder, the whole time acting like I was invisible in front of the guests. It was so aggravating. Not to mention, the last straw of everything that led to me going no contact with my mother-in-law was that she didn't wish me a happy birthday, no call, no text, no nothing, and neither did my sister-in-law or her husband. Birthdays are a huge thing in their family, so this means something majorly disrespectful. So my question is, what do I do? Do I go to this kid's birthday party and just ignore them? Or do I send my husband alone? Or do I send my husband with my daughter and I am free to go to the gym?
Okay, this is what I would say to that. I say you should go. Go with your husband and go with your daughter. And before you go, be like, husband, I want you to pay laser focus attention to how I am treated here.
Use it as an example.
Because I would guess that the only thing he's saying is being like, oh, they're not that bad. They don't really not like you. It can't be that bad. I mean, just be like, husband, watch and know this. Everything you're seeing here is what happens with every single interaction with them, or like it is consistent and it never stops. Yeah.
Then that's the leap. But honestly, at this point, they have enough evidence. I mean, to me, taking her away from her proposal when he was in the middle of it, like, he was there, like, even that alone could be, and they did 1,000 more, like. Anyways, so many things here. Let's get into these last relevant comments. So commenter number 1 says, send your husband alone. Tell him you wouldn't want him to be around people who abuse and bully him. So why doesn't he love you enough to do the same for you? Who? Bore. Commenter number 2, no contact means no contact. Why is your significant other wanting to go to a party that he knows you'll be treated terribly at? OP replies, my husband is literally arguing with me right now, saying that we all have to go because we're a family and I am with him. And with him, no one will disrespect me. He was literally at the party the other week with me, and they did nothing but disrespect me. If I don't go to the party, he says he's taking our daughter with him at least. That really irritates me. He says they understand their mistakes, and they've been wanting to talk to you, which proves false, as he said that before the other party, and they continue to treat me like crap. He says that he can't take the situation and that he needs there to be peace. It makes me so angry that he thinks I can just forgive and forget after being treated so horribly.
There is no peace. There's only peace for him. He's saying, I need my peace. They won't stop telling me. So I need you to be there so they can shut up to me and start ruining your time. Like, that's selfish. And again, disregarding OP's experience. So I don't know. I think it needs to be like go to this party and then have like a moment by moment breakdown where it's like you experience the disrespect. Husband is there. You go have an aside with husband and you say, okay, what did you see there? Did you see respect? Did you? Did you see respect when they ignored my existence and like talked to our daughter? Like, you know, like when someone's like out, like a stranger's walking a dog and it's really cute and you go, oh, hi, little doggy. And then you completely ignore the existence of the person walking the dog, right? We've all done this. But this is not a stranger with a cute dog. This is your daughter-in-law with your grandchild.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm gonna say this might be crazy, but just to throw a freaking Hail Mary at the end of an episode, I think we have enough here for a divorce. I do not. I think we should absolutely go to counseling and like go through that, but mostly as a prep, you know, as a, okay, maybe we can resolve this, but kind of going in being like, I don't know if he's gonna change, and just prepping for co-parenting. I think this man has shown that, hey, you love your mom so much, go marry her.
Why don't you freaking marry her? But see, I
Then
think
you can
that's
cut
the
the cake
perfect
again.
context for the counseling. This
Yeah.
guy's clearly so chained to his family that like he can't see reality.
He can't.
And it's like if outside of this is like a healthy marriage and a healthy relationship and like a man that you love, like go try to figure out, you know, how to move past it. And I think it lies with the husband being able to be like, oh yeah, my family is toxic.
Yeah.
And right now he can't do that.
The rose tinted glasses, they got to fly.
You
off.
know, and whether it's a cultural thing or whatever it is, get to the root of it.
That's right.
And then if that doesn't work, yeah, I don't know, man. I can't see myself being in a relationship where I'm made to be constantly disrespected by people I can never get rid of. You know, this doesn't make any sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, please comment below. Would you divorce or not? Say your reasons why. I want to see I want to see paragraphs. I want to see essays, novellas, novels in the comments. Let us know. But if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow.